about scholarship. Basically, scholarship is not the right word to use here. The right word would be the financial aid. What is financial aid is, let me explain you. Suppose, as we all know, the US universities are really expensive. They are not very compared to India. They are really expensive. But of course, the return on investment is good enough. People are investing in higher education. Many Indian students, like more than 15,000 students, have gone to US this year, as per the data which is out in public domain. And many university, many people go for postgrads. India is going. Indian students are going in a large number. All right. So the big question is, of course, I want to go. I know the steps, uh, uh, but the cost is a big issue for many students. So what should they do? All right. So again, I would say go through the first slide which we discussed about the circle of concern and the circle of influence. If you try to do things which are in your control, and then the things which are not in your control may come, maybe it can come into your control. Like I have seen students who have got 100% scholarship, but anyway, that is not something which I am going to promise to everyone that everyone can get it. But of course, there's a good amount of chance that someone, if have a, if she or he has a really good grades, really good GPA, really good you know LORs, really good application essay, really good extracurriculars, they can actually get admission with a good amount of scholarship. So we will discuss three things here. I am just going to define these terms, and then we are going to see a case study of a student who has got acceptance recently, about 1 week back. I'm not going to reveal his name just for maintaining the privacy, as this video is going to go in public. All right. So let's discuss these three first definitions. Let's say, what is a cost of attendance? The cost of attendance is the total cost, which include the tuition fees, the hostel fee, the food, the lodging, the medical insurance, books, periodicals, anything which is a cost, uh, is the cost of attendance. All right. And the next is need-based financial aid. Need-based financial aid is, suppose you have a certain amount of money with you, and the fees is higher, right? And without the help, or without you can say, without any help from university, or a bank or someone else who can pay for you, if you're not able, if without that help, will you if you'll not be able to attend that university, that gap is known as need. How much you have, how much the college wants. If there's a gap, that gap is the need. And any aid given to you in form of, there are a lot of different forms. We'll see in one case study. Uh, to fill that gap is known as need-based financial aid. All right. Need-based financial aid means the total cost, the cost of attendance minus my budget, whatever my budget for 1 year is, the whatever once you subtract this, whatever comes out is your need, and the scholarships which fill this need are known as need-based financial aid. Then there's so if you want to get need-based financial aid, then you have to apply it through different portals such as CSS. All right, you can go to the college board and see the CSS, also known as the profile, or or every university has a particular application in which you can fill your need. They are not going to ask you directly what is your need. They're just going to ask what is your parent income and how much you spend and how much you do. All right, all sort of question, and each college will figure out your need based on that particular information. If you ask for of course, if somebody doesn't ask for need, like can pay the entire tuition fees, and the admission chances becomes quite high. Of course, not 100%, but of course, it becomes higher compared to someone who is asking for a high amount of scholarship. All right. So whenever if you don't need it, don't ask for it. Simple. If you need it and without that financial aid you cannot attend it, ask for it. It's simple. Okay. Then there is another kind of aid known as merit-based aid. The merit-based aid is given based on your merit, basically based on your academic performance and other things, and it is regardless of whether you have a need or not. Suppose you don't have a need and you are really good scorer. Suppose you have the money to pay, but still you might get scholarship just because of merit. All right. So that is something which I think everybody should apply for. Of course, if you get free money, that will really save you a lot of money there. So these are three things: cost of attendance, the entire cost; need-based financial aid, the aid given to you so that you can attend that college. Otherwise, you will not be able to attend it because of the gap between the cost of the attendance and your budget. Merit-based aid means the aid given to you because of your performance. Can we apply? This is one question. Can we apply for both merit and need-based aid? Of course, you can apply. I will show you one example here. So let's see one case study here. Okay, so this is a financial aid package which one of our students received this few 1 week back, and you can see in the top you will see the budget category and the amount, and you can see there's tuition, room and board, activity fees, health insurance, book and supplies, personal transportation, health office fee, and if you see the total cost is around 66,465 USD for 1 year. This is the cost of attendance. All right. I will have a poll right now just to see that whether you understood this concept of cost of attendance. Cost of attendance include everything. All right. So we are going to have a poll. Just if you have understood the concept of cost of attendance, that is nothing but the cost of 1 year of you attending that university. That includes everything. Okay, please, folks, please vote if you have understood that concept. Okay, I can see a good number of people have understood it. All right, so let's move to the second part. Second part was the financial need-based financial aid. Of course, this student, the fees is around 60, almost 66,500 USD for 1 year. So it is quite an expensive, one of the most expensive universities in US. This university is, and we applied for need-based and financial-based aid by filling the CSS profile. Okay. Then, if you can see the financial aid award column, you will find the first source is college grant for undergraduate. And you can see it is fall and spring, there are 2 semesters in 1 year, and you can see it totals down to about 18,000 USD. So the college has given him a need-based grant for how much? $18,000. Then there is a merit-based aid, that is President Scholarship, and that is also nearly 18,000 USD. Okay. Then the college, the St. John's College, has given him a loan, St. John's College loan, which he needs to pay back. Actually this it is a very good loan because the rate of interest is very less, and you have 10 years to pay, and the loan is actually not that high. If you see, it's just 5,500 USD. And institutional work study means you can do a certain amount of work and you will be paid for that, and that is around 3040 USD. So you can see nearly 44,508 USD is the financial aid given to this particular student. So now, if you see the budget, the total cost of attendance is 66,500, and the financial award is 44,500, so nearly 22,000 USD is the 1 year cost which he has to incur, which he has said in the form that yeah, this much is good enough for my need. So you can say, I would say again the Mahatma Gandhi quote that in a different way that colleges have enough fund for your need, but not enough for your greed. All right. So ask for money if you require it, but don't ask too much. Suppose the student can now get a education of worth 66,500 in about 22,000 rupees, and he has got, if you calculate the first two, college grant, undergraduate, and president scholarship, that is free money. You don't need to pay back. And how much he has got? Around 36,000. And if you multiply 36 into 4, you will get 144,000 USD. All right. And if you, it's almost 1 crore rupees scholarship of free money that student has got because of because of applying for that university. Any other student would have gone for a comparatively economical public university. But the difference between a public university and elite private university, the quality of education is too high. All right, the difference is too high. So I would say this is a very good example where you can aim for an expensive university and pay as low as a public university fee. All right. So can you see the source of financial aid? The different kind of financial aid. College grant, undergraduate, that is free money, again based on your whatever you require. President scholarship, it is a merit-based aid. St. John's College loan, it is a university loan. Institutional work study, it is the payment you will get for working. Now you cannot earn more than 30, 40. All right, you cannot earn more than $3,040 because of their different rules. International student cannot exceed a certain amount of income. All right, so don't go to US and start working anywhere illegally. Everything has to be done in a very legal manner. This is what legally permitted for this particular case. So let's do a poll again to understand that whether they have understood the financial aid aspect of this case study. Yeah, I will also explain that this St. John's College is one of the best liberal arts college in US, ranked 2 for the quality of faculty as per US News and report, US News and World Report. One student has not understood. All right. The one student who has not understood, can you write on this the chat window so that I can get what was the uh, what was the doubt? Okay, close the poll, please. Let me explain you once again. If you see the budget amount at budget total, that is 66,500. That is the total cost of attendance. Suppose you go and without any scholarship, this is what you have to pay. All right. But when the student applied and got a good amount of financial aid, so the net financial aid is around 44,500. And if you subtract that, it comes down to 22K, 22,000 USD. 22,000 USD is a reasonable cost for anybody who wants to study in an elite private university of US. So I can see one question here. If you have any question, you can ask because this is the last slide. Okay, because and hence we have completed the 5 steps, and we have seen one case study how you can get how once a student can get a reasonable amount of financial aid. He applies to a elite private US university or for that matter any university, but not all university give financial aid to international students. So we have to select that. St. John's College is one of those colleges that give a good amount of scholarship, so we have applied here. More than 30, 40. Okay. Will the grades have to be quite high to get scholarship? Again, go to the first thing, the influence factor. Whatever you can do, just do it. Why to stop yourself, right? And if you work hard enough, I don't think it is that tough to get a very good high score. The score should be good enough, but yeah, in this case study, because I have taught him, I don't think he's a very good high scorer in his school. All he did was, if to be very frank, he came to us and at the right time, in when he was in class 11th, and we guided him in the right way. But of course, this if you are in Delhi, or if you are in class 9, class 10, and want to change your school, come to Delhi, come to us. We can help you. This student didn't had a very good very great high score, but of course we prepared him for AP tests, and those also helped him. He did really good. He really had really good extracurriculars. He was a sort of entrepreneur, and created few websites which became not quite popular, but of course it's a work in progress. More than 30-40 USD. This was for which university? More than 30-40 USD. No, it is institutional work study is 30-40. The entire scholarship is 44,500 for 1 year. Hmm. Okay, I am a graduate. How can I get into US university? Should I follow the same procedure, or is there any other means to for which I grade? If you're a graduate student, you should complete your graduation in India, and then go by GRE, by giving GRE and other things. This particular webinar is for undergraduate. All right, but of course the similar all you have to change your SAT with GRE, and your SS with SOPs. That's it. Don't think that the methodology is not that different, but of course the psychology is different, because a teenager is quite different from someone who is graduated. Any other question? This was for which university? This is for St. John's College. St. John's College is one of the oldest college, and the student wanted to go to university where they read real material, not interpreted version. So if you go to St. John's College, it is one of the few colleges still alive where you can read the old books, like Plato, Aristotle, Ptolemy, to Einstein. You can everything in the real book, like Newton's Principle. You are not going to study Newton from Resnick Halliday or H.C. Verma, but you are going to study Newton from the Principia itself. So that's why this college is really unique, and we are really thankful to the college that our student has got in. How will the GPS be calculated? No need to worry about that. The GPS or percentage, that is different. No need to calculate that. All that calculation that is available in the websites, right? And I know where these questions are coming for. There are certain websites which say if you give us the SAT score, and if you give us the GPA, we can find the colleges for you. That doesn't work for international students. That's good enough for a US student, but not good enough for us. Don't use those tools. Whatever GPS you are having, that's good enough. Try to score as high as possible. Okay, let's go to the Q&A section, and we will take more questions.